Hola, hola a todos desde Oaxaca. Voy a enseñarles un poquito de cómo nosotros tenemos agua aquí en Nuestro Pueblo. So today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of how we get water here in our town. So today they're working on two. They're working on my cuñadas, and then they're also working on one for Kiki. Now this water is only for residential use. It's not for like anything with agricultural use. So you can't use it to like water your flowers or your crops that you have, like corn, anything like that. And so this is the main water pipe. Y ahí está el agua. And so Sergio is working on cleaning this out right here, so that way, in order to cross the road, he has a place to put the hose.
Está muy quebrada. ¿El agua? Ven, espérame.
Agua. Ay, agua.
Espérame.
No.
This is the main water pipe, and then you have different connections. And then each connection has to have a llave to turn it on and off, and from there you connect your hose. And so here is the hose. So here they are working on putting the hose. And so here they are working on putting the hose in.
Dile que jale la otra, mujer. Que le jale hasta que yo diga que ya.
There's Sergio, and then Jay is over there. And this is actually Sergio's cousin. And he is kind of in charge of the water in our town right now.
Sí, hasta que yo te diga que ya no. Jálale.
Sergio, he's about to pull the hose. Or you want that all the way like that? It's fine.
¿Nos da todavía? ¿Nos da? Vamos a ver. Okay, come and pull here. Pull. Ya dio. Ya. Y aquí no me eches cemento, ¿no? Ahí no le. Está güey.
And so now Sergio is just kind of going through and making sure that the hose is down really good so it doesn't get ran over, and kind of cleaning up everything in the street. We have lots of motos in our town, so we can't really leave anything like this because it can be dangerous, especially if it starts raining. And so here is the toma de agua for Kiki. And we did put it in his name. Just like in the US, you would put your water bill in your name. We did that for Kiki here. And like I said, it's really, really important to know that this water is not for use for watering crops or for anything for the ranch. This is for washing your clothes, like personal use, like washing your clothes, washing your dishes. You can also use it for cooking. And so I do cook a lot of times up here, so I'll use it when I'm cooking. Sometimes I wash clothes by hand up here, so we'll use that as well. But it is important to know, like I said, that this is only for personal use, not for use in like the ranch for crops and animals. And so now I'm going to go with Sergio because they already put the toma de agua for my sister-in-law. But we are just going to go up and install the hose. So we're going to show you guys a little bit of that as well. Okay, so here we are at my sister-in-law's house. So we had to come up here and we had to get the hose because the hose is up here. And Sergio needs to go back to the toma and install the hose because the toma's already been installed. We just need to connect the hose so she has water here. Now, one of the reasons she needs water here is because this is where her house is. So she'll be using this for personal use, for like her bathroom and for washing clothes and everything. However, Sergio is also going to be working here. He's going to be putting, he's going to be pouring the floors, and he's also going to need the to do the stucco. So he needs water for that. So that's one of the reasons that she's going to go ahead and connect the hose so she has water here at her house. And so here's my sister-in-law's house, and this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and then this right here is the entrance. It'll be the living room and the kitchen. And the view. And so like I said, Sergio's going to be working here, so as he's working here, I'll show you guys the work that he does here as well. Y también hoy estamos aquí en la casa de mi cuñada porque vamos a poner una manguera también aquí en su casa porque para que ellas tienen agua aquí, porque Sergio también va a trabajar aquí en su casa para poner el piso, el revocado y el estuco también, right? Entonces aquí necesitamos agua también para todo este trabajo. Okay, so now we're at a completely different toma. So you guys can see underneath that tree right there, that's my sister-in-law's house. And then this is the toma of water that they installed for her. And so now we just have to connect the hose and then put the hose underneath the road and then run it to her house. And so here Sergio is working on, I'm helping a little bit, the manguera for my sister-in-law. Y esta manguera va a ser para mi cuñada. Do you need me to grab it from over there? And so Sergio took the hose and put it underneath the road there. There's a place where the hoses go to connect it to the toma. And so now Sergio is going to connect the hose. And so here Sergio is connecting the hose for my cuñada's toma. And so now Sergio got the hose connected, and he's going to work on getting this hose to go as far as he can to my sister-in-law's house. The only problem that we have right now is since the hose will go down, we kind of have to raise it up because it kind of goes past a road to get up to her house. So we're gonna have to take it over the road, and we're probably gonna have to put it through some trees to get it to her house. And so here's Sergio and Jay still working on straightening out the manguera because they have to get the manguera to go from up here to where that tree is. And so now Sergio and Jay are taking the hose and kind of like feeding it through the trees, but it's going to be kind of on the side of this drop off right here. So kind of to get it to go over to that tree.
That's stuck there? Yeah? More? Más? You're gonna throw it up. Pull it, pull it. They take it that way. Always. It's, yeah. Pull it.
And so here is Sergio and Jay, and they are working on taking the manguera from this tree to this tree up here. They're going to put it through one of the branches up there. And they're wrapping it with wire because if you just leave the hose, the weight of the hose with water will bring the hose down little by little. And if he connects it with wire, it kind of holds the place and it holds the hose in place a little bit better. So you have to go through this tree right here, over this, and then there's a road right there. And then on the other side of the road is the big tree in my sister-in-law's house. And so there is the manguera, and Sergio is, are you tightening it to a tree? And he is putting wire on a tree branch so that way the hose stays straight and it doesn't end up drooping down. And so there's the hose, and Jay is going to walk down and then try to pull the hose up the hill. And we're gonna take the truck and drive around to the other side. And so now Jay and Sergio went down through this little opening here, and they're going to tie the hose to a rope and try to put it over a branch and then pull it up this way. Because from here, my sister-in-law's house is just right there. It's the one below the big tree, so it's below there. And so there Sergio is pulling the hose. And so we are almost there. We just need a little bit more manguera. So the plan was to try to take it and run the hose this way and then kind of make it over the road to go to my sister-in-law's, but we think it's actually going to be easier to kind of do like with this hose right here, or how this hose is. This is our nephew's hose, our niece and nephew's hose. And so we're going to put it, you say on this side where I'm at?
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and put the hose on this side under the road and run it up to my sister-in-law's. Entonces, ahí está la manguera para mi cuñada. There's my cuñada and my sister-in-law's hose. And then Sergio's going to bury it here in the road. And then you said how you're going to run it up? And so he's going to run it up through the maguey here, back over there to where her house is. And so now he is just working on breaking the ground. So that way he has just enough to bury the hose. And so there is Jay. They put the hose down and he's just covering it up now. And so there's Sergio. He has another hose that he is connecting to the hose that he's been running from the toma. And then they're gonna have just enough to get to my sister-in-law's house. And so here in a minute, we'll take you guys up there as well. And so here we are at my sister-in-law's. We got the hose here. There's a couple spots he still has to connect the hose together. But now they are working on getting the rotoplastas on top of the house so they can connect the water, and she has water here. And so for today, we're gonna call today. It is about 2 o'clock. We have been doing this since about 9:30 this morning. The good thing is Sergio got the hose here to my sister-in-law's house. The only thing that he has to do is he has to finish connecting the hose, which he does not have the pieces for. So we're gonna send Jay for those pieces. And then he's going to put the rotoplastas on top of the house. So that way in 4 days, when they get the water, those can fill up, and he'll have those here for when he works here at the house. And so from here, you can see the center of our town, and our town is divided into different neighborhoods. And then from there, it's kind of grouped up. A couple of neighborhoods have the water at the same time. And then each neighborhood gets the water every 4 days. And so when we get the water, it is a good time to fill up any of the rotoplastas that you have, or any of the tambos, which are the blue barrels that are right there by Sergio. So anytime that we get water, we have to fill up everything that we have. These usually automatically fill up by themselves. They have something at the top that once it's full, it won't let the water enter anymore, so that way you're not wasting any water. And then you can fill these ones up individually by a hose. And so the next time that we are here, Sergio should have this rotoplast on the house. But like I said, he just needs to finish connecting the hoses, so that way when they get water, this will automatically fill up. And then she has 2 more rotoplastas right here that will eventually be moved to the house as well. And those will fill up on their own when it's time for them to get water here in this neighborhood. And so that is a little of how the water system works here in our neighborhood for residential use. We hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.